Shalom. First off, I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS, Ruel Shalom to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, and to all you Akim that preached his word to the four corners of the globe. May peace and mercy be bestowed upon you and all those that believe. This is the Brother Halal coming at you with another episode. And this lesson is going to be a response to the Elder Apostle Tahar, or GMS declaring the end in this video, in which the title is Cornelius Came Back as the Boxer Floyd Mayweather, the Stranger versus the Stranger. And, in this video, it's about 40 minutes long. The Apostle, goes into the history of, our people being strangers of Rome. Because going back to the 70 AD, matter of fact, I can start this off with the Luke chapter 21. And I'll start at verse 20. And it says, "And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled." And this right here is talking about 70 AD, when the Romans besieged Jerusalem and carried out a mass slaughter and death of the children of Israel, and in particular the tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And many of our people, as it says in the book of Timbuktu, they fled into the west coast of Africa to escape the persecution. So point being made is our people were scattered among all the nations, man. And you did indeed have those of our people who were taken as captives to Rome and were put in wars as gladiators, man. And, and that's the history that the apostle goes to within this lesson. And you had many Jakes, and in particular those who were among the Romans that were the leaders of many soldiers. But even then, those men, being among the Romans and being birthed up and taught in that mindset of how to be a Roman, they still carried that faith and inquired of the wisdom of Yahushai when he would go around to certain places teaching the gospel to the scattered Gentiles, which are the Israelite foreigners. So let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 8, in verse 5, and it says, "And when Yahushua entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him," which is a Roman soldier, "and saying, Yahweh, my servant lieth at the door, sick of palsy, grievously tormented. And Yahushua said unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and to another, come, and he cometh forth, and he cometh, Salakia, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. When Yahushua heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Let me read that one more time. And I say unto you that many shall come, meaning that many of the righteous, many Israelites will come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out in the outer darkness, and there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Christians will use the scripture to say that, basically Israel was casted off, and now the Lord is only dealing with the heathen nations. But that can be no further from the truth. Because who was prophesied that would be scattered from one end of the earth to the other, from the east and the west and the north and the south? The children of Israel, man. And in particular, those who were living among the heathen, living as in a Gentile state of mind. Let's go to the book of Ephesians. Matter of fact, I'll go straight to Romans, the book of Romans chapter 15. in verse 7. And it says, wherefore receive ye one another, as Hamashiach also received us to the glory of the Most High. Excuse that that noise in the background. Now I say that Yahushua Hamashiach was a minister of the circumcision for the truth of the Most High, to confirm the promises made unto the fathers, and that the Gentiles, which are what? The scattered Israelites, might glorify God for his mercy, as it is written. For this cause I will confess to thee among the Gentiles, and sing unto my name. And again he said, rejoice ye Gentiles with his people. And again, praise the Lord, all ye Gentiles, and laud him, all ye people. And again, Isaiah said, there shall be a root of Jesse that shall rise to reign over the Gentiles, in him shall the Gentiles trust. Which is what? Talking about Isaiah, the 11th chapter. But it said that the word of Yahweh B'Shem Shai will have to be preached on to those Gentiles. Why? Because they were scattered among the heathen and lived in a heathenistic mindset. Now that we got that out the way, let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 1. The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 1, and it says, and there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of Yahweh. Now let's skip down to verse 10 to see what this branch and what this root represents. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which is the father of King David, which shall stand for an ensign to the people, and to it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Now let's see who these Gentiles are. Verse 11 says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. Why? Because the Israelites were scattered from all across the earth. Let's go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and let's go down to verse 64. Verse 64 says, and the Lord shall scatter thee, talking about the Israelites, among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So the Lord will scatter the Israelites among what? All people. Meaning that there will be Israelites in what? Assyria, and Egypt, and Cush. And those were all the lands that the Israelites were taken as captives to. And when they were among the heathen, they had children and grandchildren. And as the lineage went down, they forgot their heritage and forgot who they were from being among the heathen for such a prolonged period of time. But going back to Isaiah chapter 11 and going back to verse 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble what? The outcast of Israel. Let's go into the word outcast. The outcast, it means to push, to thrust, to overflow, totter, soar, to drive out, or be outcast. So these were what? The outcast of Israel that were what? Scattered among the heathen. Just like I said, going back to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and verse 64. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. And that's ultimately what it's talking about, man. Let's go to Revelation. End it off with Revelation chapter 7 in verse 1. And it says, and after these I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, which is talking about the north, south, east, and west, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the sea, on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of God in their foreheads. Going back to Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, it says that what? To set a mark upon the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done. And that mark is not talking about the same mark in Revelation chapter 13, but means a mark of exemption from judgment, from serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Verse 4, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, which is talking about what? The elect, the remnant, those who are chosen by God. And there was sealed 144,000 from all the children of Israel. So just like I said, it said that what? The Gentiles would be gathered from all four corners of the earth. And who were those Gentiles, man? The Israelites that were scattered from all lands, whether it be in Rome. You had Jake and you had the Grecians. You can read that in the book of Acts chapter 6 and verse 1. And going to the word Grecians, which means what? Hellenists, which is a Greek-speaking Israelite. Our people were scattered among the Roman gladiators, the Grecians, the Cushites, the Egyptians, all places around the earth. There's not a single land where the Israelites are not at. But the Lord promised to what? Bring us back again and to restore us back to the land that was promised to us, that he promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So I hope this was edifying. And I want to give all honor and glory and praises to my Lord and my power, Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS. Shalom, Abba, and until the next lesson.